All right, everybody, and we're back here for more action. We're going to try this again here today, see if it works as well as it did yesterday. So we're going to take a quick look here at the standings. First of all, we see in the National League, the Dodgers won yesterday. They remain 5.5 games in front of the Mets. The Giants won as well. And so the Dodgers have played 60 games. The Mets only 51. We have what you would say 9 games in hand if this were European football. 5.5 games back with 9 in hand doesn't bode too poorly for us. They've lost 19, we've lost 20, and we know that we can beat them sometimes. So that's what's happening in the National League. Over here in the American League, we see the Minnesota Twins remain on top, 39-17, having an unusually good season, at least so far. And as I said yesterday, it looks like the Yankees now up to 500, 25-25, so we'll see if they come back. But a lot of surprises in the American League. The National, not so many. And on we go to this game, the Mets at the Cubs, for the first game of a doubleheader. We'll have the second game, of course, tomorrow, as we always do. And this will be Don Cardwell for the Cubs, pitching first to Lenny Dykstra. Don Cardwell will pitch against Bob Ojeda. This is a much more relaxing, I think, look in at Wrigley Field. And there's the first pitch that's popped up to left, and that's going to be easily caught. No, not so easily caught. And that's a base hit for Dykstra. That ends up falling in between everybody. I thought for sure that someone would grab that. Rogers looked like he had it for a while. Billy Williams was trotting in. Lou Brock had no real play on it, and that one dropped in between everybody. So Lenny Dykstra gets a surprise base hit, and here comes Mookie Wilson. Berrigan, the catcher, and with Berrigan there, Dykstra is going on the first pitch, and he's got steal numbers 37 wrapped up. And so the Mets are off and running already. Mookie Wilson now with a runner in scoring position. That base hit puts Dykstra up at 355. A little look at the All-Star Game voting as Mookie takes a ball high. Dykstra is third place for the voting for center field in the National League, and Hernandez also for third place. I don't know how this works in OOTP, which player would get the nod. None of our pitchers are up there. And it's kind of a surprise, but it's not so much of a surprise if you take a look at the other players they're up against. 2-1 now the count against Wilson. For example, I don't think that Dykstra is going to get it over Willie Mays. There's a fly ball to center field, and Brock dives after that one, makes a spectacular catch. Dykstra tagged up and moved to third as soon as he saw that ball was caught. And so there's one away. Here comes Keith Hernandez with the runner on at third base. And Dykstra's a speedy one. There's a fly ball, foul ball right side, 0-1 on Hernandez. And that's a ball low, 1-1 to Keith. That's hit over to center. It'll be Brock again. Here comes Dykstra tagging up, and he's going to score. The throw hits the cutoff man. It is 1-0 Mets, just like that. And so the Mets have come out of the gates bursting. 1-0 Mets. Up is Darryl Strawberry. Strawberry takes a fastball low and away for a ball. And that's, again, outside curveball that time, 2-0. That's a strike called 2-1. Foul the way, it's 2-2. That's foul to the left side. Swing and a miss, and down goes Darryl once again. That's definitely been no surprise so far this season. And with that, we go to the bottom of the first inning. It's a 1-0 lead for the Mets. Here comes Lou Brock against Ojeda. Ojeda, 8-1 this season, throws a strike in there to Brock first pitch. 8-1 with a 2.39 ERA, 86 2/3 innings pitched. Brock comes up hitting 301. Hasn't been stealing that much. Remember, he's not with the Cardinals yet. And there's a comebacker to Ojeda who throws to first, but is not in time. Good base running effort there by Brock. That'll bring up Billy Williams, and Williams looks like he's seen better days. He's kind of cold right now. Brock only 12 stolen bases. He hasn't been playing full time. Throw to first, and he gets back. There's a ball low, 1-0 the count. And there he goes, and then he goes back, 1-1. Hit to the right side, foul. 1-2 now the count. And Williams fouls it off the other way. That pitch just low for ball, too, 2-2. Popped up to the left side, and it'll be Ray Knight making this catch for the out, and there's one away. George Altman comes up now. Altman leading the National League in hitting. So the leading hitter on the last place team. There's a ball low, 1-0 to Altman. And boy, Brock took off on that one, and Carter had that ball into second in a hurry. Good tag there by Mitchell. And there's 2 away. Up now, up still George Altman, and he's got a 2-0 count. Foul to the right side. It's 2-1 now. As I was saying, Kevin Mitchell at shortstop instead of Santana. Santana's been in a deep slump, and there's another strike. 2-2 the count. See if we get Santana a little bit of rest during this doubleheader. Maybe that'll help him out. Come back with Ojeda. He throws to first for the out. Easy peasy. We go to the top of the second inning, and it is 1-0 Mets. So we'll see how long this one lasts. There's a strike outside corner to Carter. 0-1. And he wraps this one up the middle for a base hit. It lands in front of Brock. So Carter gets the second hit for the Mets. And that brings up Ray Knight. Carter now hitting 272. He's been hot lately. Up comes Knight hitting 292. And he fouls this one off to the left. 0-1. Knight, 5 home runs, 21 driven in. He's had some clutch ones, and there's a strike. 0-2. Hit over to left. That's going to fall in there in front of, is that Williams out there? I think it is, for a base hit. And so that brings up Wally Backman with runners on at first and second and nobody out. What do you do? Do you bunt? Do you swing away? I think we swing away. I've played too much 1908. There's a strike in the outside corner. This is hit to center. That's going to fall for a base hit. Around comes Carter. No, he stays at third. So Carter not enough speed to get around on that one, but 3 straight hits for the Mets, and the bases are loaded now for Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell hitting 170, but 7 driven in. He does have 1 home run. And this is a ground ball, double play ball, and it's booted. That's a real poor play there by the shortstop Rogers, and so he makes the error. The Mets score the run, the bases remain loaded, and up comes Ojeda. So here's the question now, with Ray Knight on a third, I guess he's not fast enough for us to do a squeeze. There's a ball low to Bobby. And a strike inside corner. 1-1. That's up the middle for a base hit. Ojeda gets the hit. Around comes Backman. He can fly. 2 RBIs there for Ojeda. Well, that's a poor throw. And the throw was off the mark. And the runners end up advancing. And it's now a 4-0 lead for the Mets. So after all the frustration we've had lately, we've come roaring out of the gates. Mets 4, Cubs nothing. Here comes Dykstra, and he takes a strike. First base open. They're going to pitch to him. There's a ball low, 1-1. And this is going to be a base hit to center. Ball's in front of Brock, and that scores at least 1. Ojeda has to stop at third. 5-0 now, Mets. There's nobody out in the top of the fourth, and here's Mookie. So you know, and there's a throw to first. You know what Lenny's got on his mind, and there he goes. And he's got this one stolen. The catcher, Berrigan, didn't even try to throw. He got that ball stuck in his hand, and so Dykstra has the base stolen. His 38th of the season. 1-0 the count on Mookie. That's low and away, 2-0. That's inside, 3-0. He'll take this one. And there's the strike, 3-1 the count. Another strike that was a changeup, full count. And that is inside, and so Mookie does walk. And that loads the bases once again for the Mets. Here comes Keith Hernandez. This is the second time this inning we've had them loaded. Hernandez hitting 350. He was leading the world in hitting for a little while, then he came back to earth. 47 driven in. Going to pick up some more here as he takes the ball low. And there's a knee-high called strike. 1-1. Up the middle, another base hit. Another one of those that goes straight through the pitcher. Nobody else can move up. 6-0 though the score. Dykstra decides not to attempt to score. 6-0. And Don Cardwell let that ball go straight through him. Again, this is another animation that they ought to work on. So bases loaded now for Strawberry, nobody out. And there's a ball outside, 1-0. Swing and foul that one away, 1-1. That's low and inside, 2-1 and Darrell. Fouled away, it's 2-2. Fouled to left, man oh man. You can see Williams disappearing into the corner and hitting the wall. Full 2-2 the count, now it's full. Hit hard to center, but right at Brock. He makes the catch. Around comes Dykstra to score after tagging up. 7-0 the score now, and up comes Gary Carter. So the Mets have scored 6 times here in the top of the 6 and have batted around. And that's going to be a new pitcher here for the Cubs. Tony Balsamo comes in and promptly throws a ball to Gary Carter. Balsamo a 3.35 ERA, 2-0 on the season. Fouled away. It's 1-1 now on Gary. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And that's low, 2-2. It's hit off the end of the bat over to left center. Williams making that catch. No. He drops it. He drops that one. That's going to be another error on the Cubs. They've committed 3, and that loads the bases again for Ray Knight. So the Mets taking advantage of the Cubs and their errors. There's a curve for a strike in there to Ray, and a ball inside, 1-1. Fouled away. It's 1-2, just like that.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Knight. So the Cubs finally get the second out, and that'll bring up Backman again. There's a ball, 1-0. Looking at that play-by-play, doesn't recognize that Backman was up this inning when he singled. There's a fly ball to center, and Brock has that for the out. But we go now to the bottom of the second inning. It's 7-0 Mets. Here comes Ernie Banks, and so Ojeda has some room to breathe. There's a ball outside to Mr. Cub. And another one low. He's held up his swing. It's foul to the left side. 2-1 now the count. Hit to left, and that's going to fall in there. Wilson didn't have a very good jump on that. A single for Banks. He's got a streak of 14 straight. I wish these games wouldn't tell me that, though, because 14 straight is nothing. There's a ball inside to Rogers, 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. And that is lined to short. Mitchell grabs that for the out, 1 away. Here now, Ken Hubbs. Runner on at first base, Ernie Banks. There's a strike to Hubbs, 0-1. It's low, 1-1. Ball 2, also just low. And there's a curveball for a strike outside corner. Tough pitch to take. Let's hit over to left. That's going to be a base hit again in front of Wilson. So Wilson not doing so well fielding today. Usually he's pretty smooth out there. Third hit for the Cubs, and 2 of them have gone there to left. Santo up there now. He hits one straight to center. Dykstra's going to grab this for the out. And nobody dares run on Lenny. So there's 2 away. I'll tell you, that wind blowing in from left today, which makes the Mets scoring 7 runs in 2 innings even more impressive. Kuno Berrigan comes up and takes a strike. And another strike is 0-2 on him. That's fouled over to the right side. Remains 0-2. Inside with that changeup, just missing the corner. There's another one inside, 2-2. Has popped up right side. Will be the second baseman, Backman, grabbing that for the out. And that does it for the Cubs in the bottom of the second. So we go to the top of the third inning. 7-0 Mets, and here comes Kevin Mitchell. Ball low to Mitchell, 1-0. As blasted over to center, it's going to be a base hit. No, Brock is going to be there for the out, 1 away. Ojeda now. He had a base hit in the second. He hits a ground ball over to short, and Rogers throws to first, and there's 2 away. Here's Dykstra, 2 for 2. He hits one over to first. It's going to be fielded there by Banks, who throws on to the pitcher Balsamo, covering for the out. That takes us now to the bottom of the third inning. It's still 7-0 Mets. And here comes the pitcher Balsamo. He's going to stay in there, and he takes a ball outside, 1-0. There's a strike, screwball, 1-1. Well, ground ball over to first. Hernandez fields that, goes to the bag himself, 1 away. Lou Brock now. 1 for 1 is Brock as he takes a ball high and away. He was thrown out trying to steal. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Hit over to right, that's deep. Strawberry goes back on that one, but he has room for the out. 2 away. I think the wind blew that one back in. Here's Billy Williams. It's a high ball, 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. There's a strike at the letters, 2-1. Foul to the left. It's going to be 2-2 now on Williams. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. And so with that, we go to the top of the fourth inning. The Mets still winning 7-0. It'll bring up Mookie Wilson. And I tell you, this will do our bullpen some good if we could get 9 out of Ojeda. Even less than that would be all right. 2-0 the count on Wilson. Big win would help us a lot here. There's a ground ball over to short. Rogers picks it up and drops it, picks it up again, and then he decides not to throw. So it's going to be, I think, a base hit for Wilson is what they're giving him. That brings up Hernandez, and there goes Wilson. And this time, the throw is there in time, and he's thrown out. So Wilson is pegged out at second. Unable to get that stolen base number 17, and it's 0-1 on Keith. There's a ball inside, 1-1. I guess that may have been a little aggressive from us running with the score 7-0. Foul away, it's 1-2. I'm just thinking about the boys and their stats. Foul to the left. That remains 1-2. Low, 2-2. Hit over to the left, that's going to be out of play, I think. Yes, just out of Williams' reach. 2-2 remains. And that's going to be within Williams' reach, I think. No, he doesn't get there. Still 2-2. Little ground ball over to second, and that'll be an easy play for Hubs. 2 away, and up comes Strawberry. Strike to Darrell. He's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Fouled away, 0-2. Barely fouled away. Man, that was ugly. Oh, ground ball over to third. Santo on to first. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning now. And it's still a 7-0 lead for the Mets. Up is George Altman. 0 for 1 today. And he takes a changeup low, 1-0. Let's hit over to left field. Mookie's going to be there for the out. 1 away. Ernie Banks. One surprise about the All-Star voting, as Banks takes the ball low, is that Dykstra, there's a ball high, 2-0. He's leading the league still in WAR in the National League. It's 3-0, and yet he's not really even close to getting the nod for the center field position. Banks takes 4 straight balls and is on. Here comes Andre Rogers. So Dykstra is the one I wonder the most about, but and there's a ball inside. The way that OOTP does it when you import players, I think, is it takes away the reputation. 1-1 the count now on Rogers. And there's a ball low, 2-1. Swing and a miss, it's 2-2. And swing and a miss, down he goes. That was foul tipped and Carter held on. So 2 away, and up comes Ken Hubs. Ojeda with 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and there's a swing and a miss by Hubs. And a changeup just low, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And swing and a miss, down he goes. I tell you, those curveballs are just driving the Cubs nuts. And so now we go to the top of the 5th inning, and it's still 7-0 Mets. Houston I saw on top of LA 3-2 as that's bounced foul. Gary Carter fouls one off 0-1 and then fouls off another one 0-2. This is the first game of a doubleheader, and there's a ball low 1-2. Of course, no lights at Wrigley, so they'll both be day games. But, OOTP doesn't recognize that for some stupid reason, and so we'll see what actually happens in terms of the nightcap. 2-2 the count. And that one missed somehow. Full count. I guess it was inside. And that's ball 4. And so Carter reaches first. That brings up Ray Knight. And Knight takes a strike. He's 1 for 2 today. Little ground ball over to third. Santo goes over to second for 1, and the relay goes to first in time. Good play by Santo, good play by Hubs, and there's 2 away. Here comes Wally Backman. There's a strike to Wally, 0-1. And that's a ball away, 1-1. And a strike inside corner, 1-2 now the count. And he hits one over to short. Rogers fields this one smoothly and throws to first. That does it for the Mets in the top of the 5th inning. And so we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's still 7-0 Mets. Up is Ron Santo. Strike to Santo, 0-1. Good first pitch by Ojeda. And there's a ball almost same place, 1-1. Inside, 2-1, just missing the corner. And 3-1 now as he missed the corner again. And there's a strike in the outside corner, so it's a full count now on Ron. And Santo lines this up the middle. That's a base hit. So the Cubs have the first runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. They'll bring up Berrigan. We'll go to double play depth once again, as we usually do. And Santo running, he has this stolen easily. So much for the double play depth. We'll take that one off. So Santo now has had that's his first steal of the season. He gets it off of Gary Carter. It's fouled away. It's 1-1 now in Berrigan. Of course, the run of second means nothing. It's pride that we care about. Ball outside, 2-1. There's a curve for a strike. Good pitch, 2-2. That was a nice curveball. Hit over to short. Mitchell throws to first, and that was hit in front of Santo. Couldn't go anywhere. 1 away, and here's the pitcher, Balsamo, who takes a ball just low. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And, ooh, he just fouled that away. 1-2 still. Swing and a miss, and down he goes. So Ojeda wasting no time with the pitcher. 2 away, and up comes Brock. 4 strikeouts now for Bobby. Fouled away to the right by Brock. 0-1. And there's a ball low, 1-1. There's a strike to Lou, 1-2 the count. And he held up in time on that one. I don't know how he did that, so it's 2-2.
Strike 3.
The swing and a miss by Brock, and so that's the 5th strikeout for Ojeda. Going out of the top of the 6th inning. It's still 7-0 Mets. This will bring up Kevin Mitchell. Mitchell today is 0 for 2. One of the few Mets not to have a hit, and he takes a ball low, 1-0. That's fouled away. It's 1-1. I mean, Ojeda's going to be ribbing him about this. It's only Strawberry and Mitchell that haven't had a hit. The ball inside, 2-1 to Kevin. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Low. Full count now on Mitchell. That's hit over to left. That'll be easy for Williams. 1 away. Now up comes Bobby. Takes a strike. Nice looking curveball. 0-1. There's a ball low and inside. Balsamo's thrown 4 already. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. He's out of gas, but we're not hitting him. Swing and a miss, and down goes Bobby. So Balsamo has his 2nd strikeout, and up comes Dykstra. Let's see if Lenny can knock him out. This is a base hit over to right field. First pitch swinging. And so Dykstra gets the hit. Balsamo stays in. Up comes Mookie Wilson. And there goes Lenny, and he's going to be thrown out. Lenny Dykstra has been nabbed once again. And so the aggressiveness once again doesn't pay off, but that's the way we like to play. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning now. It's 7-0 Mets. Up is Billy Williams. Let's see if Bobby can get them out here again. The ball outside of Williams. And that's fisted over left. That's a base hit. Wilson dove for that. Didn't really have much of a play on it. I'm not sure why he did that. So Williams with the single. Up comes Altman. He fouls one away, 0-1. Hit over to left and deep, but playable for Wilson. He goes back a little bit more than he had to, and then comes in and makes the catch, 1 away. Ernie Banks up there now. And there goes, just about there went Williams. He went back to the bag just in time. There's a double play grounder over to Mitchell, and he flips over to Backman for 1. They go to Hernandez for the twin killing. And so with that, we go to the top of the 7th inning. Remains 7-0 Mets, and Wilson comes up. He'll hit against Freddie Burdette. I don't know anything about Freddie Burdette other than that he has an 11.25 ERA, and he's pitched 4 innings. And we're probably going to get some more runs here, maybe. Wilson hits a ground ball over to short. Rogers throws to first, 1 away, so that didn't do it. Up is Keith. Hernandez takes a ball low, 1-0. He's 1 for 2, I think it is today. Fouled away. It's 1-1. Yeah, 1 for 2. Swing and a miss. He looked bad on that. 1-2. That's up the middle for a base hit. So now he's 2 for 3 is Keith. 10th hit for the Mets. That brings up Darryl. Ooh, man. Power pitch. Swing and a miss by Strawberry. 90-mile-an-hour slider, they say. High. Thought that was a fastball. There's a ball inside. 1-1. He took a lot off of that one. There's a little grounder over to Rogers, and he has absolutely no play on that. Strawberry legs out the infield hit. So that'll bring up Gary Carter. Carter today is 1 for 2, hitting now 271 this season. 12 home runs. And he takes a strike in the knees, 0-1. And that is a passed ball. It's a sinker that was low, and that sunk past the catcher, Berrigan. And so the runners advance. 1-1 the count on Carter. They will pitch to him. He hits this over to the right side, and that is a foul ball. 1-2 the count. There's a ball low, 2-2. Fouled away, remains 2-2. Ground ball over to Rogers. The runners have to hold. And there's 2 away now for Ray Knight. Curve outside, 1-0 on Ray, and there's one that misses inside, 2-0. Way outside, 3-0. There's a strike tonight, it's 3-1, and that is low. That will load him up. So up now comes Wally Backman. Bases loaded once again for the Mets. Backman's 1 for 3, hitting 270. Waited on that one and blasted it over to center, but it's playable for Brock. And he has it for the out. So with that, we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's still 7-0 Mets. Up comes Andre Rogers. Ball low to Rogers, 1-0. And a strike, it's 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ooh, didn't go that time, and that high one inside, 2-2. Blasted foul to the left side. Remains 2-2. Hit to the left, but foul. There's a curve inside, so it's a full count now on Rogers.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss, and down he goes. 6 strikeouts now for Ojeda, and he's pitching well. Ken Hubbs up there now. Takes the ball inside, 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Ball inside. 2-1 the count. This is inside again. It's 3-1. And that's low, and so Hubbs gets the walk. That'll bring up Ron Santo, and we'll go to double play depth as usual. Swing and a miss by Santo, 0-1. There's a ball inside, 1-1. That's just low, 2-1 the count. And that's high and inside, 3-1. Ojeda's starting to have some problems, and that's outside for ball 4. So Ojeda is starting to walk guys. He's walked 2 in a row. It's his 3rd walk now. Brings up Berrigan, who takes a strike, 0-1. Curve is low, 1-1. Fastball's low and outside, 2-1, and that's hit over to right. That'll be out of play. Strawberry won't get there in time. It's 2-2. Ball 3 low, so full count, and that's ball 4 low, and Ojeda's missed once again. We'll bring up Landrum, a pinch hitter. We'll remain in double play depth, but I think Ojeda about to give up some runs. Swing and a miss by Landrum, 0-1. There's a strike, 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. Swing and a miss, and down he goes, so Ojeda gets him. 2 away, and up comes Lou Brock. 4 walks, 7 strikeouts now for Ojeda. 3 walks in this inning. There's a ball outside to Lou. And it's inside for ball 2-0. There's the strike, 2-1. Changeup is low. It's 3-1. And that one wasn't even close. And so the Cubs get a walk with the bases loaded. Ojeda's walked 4 this inning. That brings up Billy Williams. There's a strike to Billy. And a ball inside, 1-1. Just fouled away, 1-2. A little pop-up, that's going to go foul. It's been kind of a boring inning, nothing but walks by Ojeda. And that's a base hit there. As soon as I say it, up the middle, that scores at least 1, maybe 2. Here comes Dykstra's throw, nowhere near in time. 7-3 now the score, and that brings up George Altman. There's a ball away to Altman. Ojeda was looking good at the beginning of this inning. He's not looking good anymore. It's a ground ball back to Bobby. Throws over to first for the out, but the damage has been done. Go to the top of the 8th inning, it's 7-3 Mets, and this game unfortunately is starting to become close. Here comes Mitchell. He has a ground ball straight to short. Rogers throws to first, 1 away. Bob Ojeda comes up there now, and that's going to be it for you, Bobby. So it'll be Foster, as usual, coming on. George Foster probably upset with me. I don't play him very much. He's hitting 180. 5 for 23 as a pinch hitter. Blasted over to center, but it's allowed out to Brock. 2 away. Here comes Lenny. 3 for 4 today is Dykstra as he takes a strike outside corner. Fouls this away, 0-2. There's a ball. The new pitcher, by the way, for the Cubs, Don Elston, came in. I think it was the beginning of this inning. He has a 5.40 ERA, and there's a ground ball back to him, and so this will help out his ERA. Throws over to first base, and that does it. And now the question is, well, what are we going to do here for the rest of this game? We could put McDowell in and hope that he can get a big save. I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to go with Randy Neiman, just looking at the righty-lefty matchup. I think that's what we're going to try to do. I don't know. We'll take a look and see. Of course, I might be making the wrong decision. We'll see what happens. There's a ball outside to Banks, 1-0. That's up the middle, ooh, and just through Mitchell for a base hit. So Banks gets another hit. Up now is Rogers. Go to double play depth, 7-3. The Cubs could still get back in this one. Swing and a miss by Rogers. And there's a slider low. Ball 2, 2-1. It's fouled away, 2-2 now the count. 7-3 Mets.
Strike 3.
Swing and a miss, and so Neiman gets the strikeout. 1 away, up is Ken Hubbs. Put him back in double play depth. And that's hit over to left. That's going to be a base hit. That'll fall in front of Wilson. The runner on at first base, Banks, had to hold up because he didn't know if Mookie was going to get there in time or not. That'll bring up Santo. He could have gone to third, I think, because it wasn't really even that close. Santo hits a fly ball to right. That's going to be easy for Strawberry, and there's 2 away. Up now is Berrigan, and they're going to let him bat. Interesting. Has a ground ball very weak over to Backman. Throws to first for the out, and that does it. So the Cubs threaten, but do not score. We go now to the top of the 9th inning. And it's going to be Mookie Wilson up here to lead off for the Mets. Takes the ball inside, knuckle curve, 1-0. Swing and a miss on that one, 1-1. Foul that one away just barely. 1-2 the count now on Mookie. As low, 2-2. Fouled away, remains 2-2. Blasted to center, but I think Brock has room, and he does. 1 away. Keith Hernandez now. Ground ball over to second, and it's a poor throw by Hubbs to first. That'll be error number 4 on the Cubs in this game, and that brings up Darryl Strawberry. So Hernandez finds a way to get on, and Strawberry takes the ball inside, 1-0. Hernandez has only stolen 1 base. I probably should be stealing more with him, 1-1. That's popped up, and that'll be foul. 1-2 now the count. Hit and run, ground ball over to second, and Hubbs fields it this time, throws to first. 2 down as Hernandez moves up to second, and here comes Carter. There's a strike to Gary. Oh, and that's blasted to left center. That baby's gone. So Gary Carter with home run number 13, I think it is this season, makes it a 9-3 lead for the Mets. And so the Mets end up coming up big here in this one. 403 feet on that home run, 9-3, and the fans are filing out. That'll bring up Ray Knight. Takes the ball low and inside. Yeah, 13 home runs there for Carter, 49 driven in. That's lined to right field by Knight for a base hit. He's thinking to, and he decides to go for it, and this throw not going to beat him. Altman played that one very nonchalantly, and Knight took advantage, so that'll bring up Wally Backman. Knight now hitting almost 300, and there's a knuckle curve for a strike to Backman, and a swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And this is power to left center field. That's going to be extra bases. Over to the wall. Backman with a double, and that makes it 10-3. This is a little bit more like what I was expecting from these Mets. Kevin Mitchell up next, runner on at second. There's a throw back. That was close. Daring pickoff play. I'm not sure what happened here. Something happened, it didn't show it to me. There was a ball, that's what it was, to Mitchell. And he hits a ground ball over to short. Rogers throws to first, and we go now to the bottom of the 9th. So I want you to count every single time it is that we have a play that's not shown, because we just saw another one. Randy Neiman's going to try to finish his game off. Pitching to Dick Bertel, throws a slider high to him for a ball. And there's a ball low, 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Ground ball to second, and Backman throws to first. There's one gone. Lou Brock now. Powers this one to center, and that's going to be off the wall. Dykstra grabs it, but he has no play on Brock, so he throws into the cutoff man. No, he just throws directly to second. Brock gets the double. Hit number 9 for the Cubs. They've been hitting, just haven't been scoring. And here comes Williams, and he takes a ball away, slider. Little ground ball back to the pitcher. Neiman throws to first, and there's 2 away. Up is George Altman, the last hope. Blasted to left field. That is deep and gone. So George Altman destroys that pitch to left. Mookie had, he saw that was going deep and knew that he had no chance on it. Number 12 of the season for Altman makes it a 10-5 game, and here comes Banks. Ball inside. Neiman now with a 1.96 ERA, so it hasn't hurt him that much. Swing and a miss, it's 1-1. Fouled away, 1-2 now the count. That's hit foul. Now if Neiman has to come out, we still do have Orozco. And McDowell, I guess, technically as well. And there's strike 3, swing and a miss by Banks. And so that does it. I don't think we needed that help. It's a 10-5 win for the Mets. Mets led all the way in this one. Came up with a big home run by Carter in the second inning, followed by another home run in the 9th. You'll have to remind me who it was who hit that one out. Mets with, I think it was Carter again. Mets with a big win, 10-5, and that's exactly what we needed here. Now we'll see what we do tomorrow with the second game of this doubleheader. But we're hoping for another big victory for the Mets, and this helps us a lot as we try to catch up with the Dodgers. It's been exciting so far here in 1962, and it's only going to get better. So I hope that you'll join us again tomorrow and all the way through the rest of this. We've only played, 51 games. We've still got a ways to go. It'll take us a couple months to get through, one a day. Talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.